Mac, over there on the social medias, the New England Patriots, you might know of them.
Sure. Yeah, I've heard of them.
They posted a little video of how many snoozes/alarms they need to wake up in the morning, with many of the players being like, I need at least 12, or some saying, I don't need any. I just know how to wake up. Let me ask you this, because you have a bit of a funky schedule, being a librarian and all. How many snoozes/alarms do you set when you need to work?
Yeah, on a work day, I set my first alarm for 5:50. My last alarm for 6:30, but the 6:30 is like a saver one, so it's 5:50 to 6:10 every 5 minutes. So what's that? 5 alarms? 5:50.
You do every 5 minutes?
6:05, 6. So that's 5 alarms, and then a sixth one as like a saver.
Do you try and get up at the first alarm though?
No, certainly not. The first one's just to like, okay, body, you have 10 or 15 minutes before you got to get up.
All the sleep that you are doing after that first alarm is useless.
It's not real sleep. It's just like, okay, 15-minute warning until you have to actually get out of bed, especially on these cold mornings, Goo. You know, you need a little bit, you got to get the engine revving before you actually get up and get into the full speed. Goo, recently, very recently, I've been diagnosed with sleep apnea. So I'm curious how that's going to change my sleep and my waking. So I still have to go through like the mask, you know, literally got diagnosed last week.
You're going to ask for a Bane mask?
Yeah, I'm hoping for a whole face thing. We'll see how that changes the sleep and the awakingness. And I don't know if I'm going to need more alarms, less alarms. I'm looking forward to maybe being rejuvenated. I've probably been getting poor quality sleep for the last 15 years of my life. We'll see. We'll see how it changes. I somehow work with a lot of people that also have been diagnosed with it. I have a few friends that have it as well. It's a lot more common than you would think. So I'm hoping I'm not tired by 3 p.m. anymore. That'd be nice.
I do want to give you credit for not dying in your sleep yet then.
Yes, have not perished in my sleep, and hopefully it doesn't happen between now and when I actually get the machine.
Have they said to you at any point that you have died in your sleep and you've just kind of knocked yourself back into it?
No, I haven't gotten that part of a diagnosis yet. That would be impressive, though, if I have beaten the what would you call him, the devil, the Grim Reaper?
Yeah, don't fear the Reaper is what I've heard.
Right.
Mac, I'm also going to ask you this. You and your snoozes and your fake sleep. When you're sick, do you just eat sugar pills?
I don't know what that means. What do you mean?
Placebos. They're useless. It's garbage. It's all in your head like zombies.
Goo.
Yeah.
Let me ask you. On a work day, typical work day, how many alarms, snoozes do you have?
I have one, and I try and beat it.
You try to, well, I mean, there's nothing better than waking up before your alarm refreshed. You set one alarm.
I set one alarm, and the goal, I have a daily goal. This is my only goal every day. Wake up 1 minute before that alarm. And I usually do.
I don't believe you at all. I don't believe you.
Do we just start tracking my sleep? And when I say wake up
one alarm,
when I say wake up 1 minute before the alarm, I mean like I'm waking up constantly throughout the night.
Okay, all right. Just waking up. Is it 1 minute yet? Is it 1 minute?
Oh, what time is it? Oh, it's 2:00 in the morning. I gotta
I'm
lay
7
here
minutes
for
early. I
hours.
got 6 more minutes of sleep I can get.
Like even when, so my wife, brag, my wife, she loves the old snooze button. I think the snooze is what, 8 to 9 minutes long or something like that?
Oh, I don't know if it's that long, is it?
I don't know how snooze works.
I don't use that. I just have the multiple alarms.
Okay, so she hits the snooze button, and then she's always like, wait until the next snooze. And I'm like, okay, you know what I do during that snooze time?
What?
Lay there, eyes wide open.
Yeah, scroll your phone.
No, I'm not allowed to. She's still snoozing.
Wait, your scrolling isn't going to wake her up.
It's a time for us to lay there together.
So you just stare at her while she snoozes.
Like the old people at the end of the Titanic when they decide to go down with the ship.
Yeah, I suppose. So do you guys get up at the same time?
Well, to get my son ready for school, no. What usually happens is at 6:00, I wake up just before the alarm. I am then told to lay in bed for 9 more minutes. After that 9 minutes, I get up. I get all of his stuff ready. I'll wake him up like 20 minutes later, where then he goes and he lays with her. We're out of the house by a normal time for him to, go to school.
So what are you doing were you making breakfast? Like what happens in that
making
20
breakfast,
or so minutes?
Making lunch, getting snacks ready.
Making a trip to drop the kids off at the pool.
Making bacon. Oh, I don't do that until I'm at the gym.
Okay. I don't care for that. I thought you were like anti-public pooping.
No, I'm for it. All for it.
Really?
Well,
Really?
you know this about me. I used to be an electrician, and
Right.
once you give in to the first time doing it, once you go in a porta-john once, there are no more standards.
Well, I don't agree with that. When I work a welding detail,
Brag.
sometimes it's early in the morning, 6
Yep.
in the morning, and most of these sites are job sites with no real bathrooms, so you end up having to go to a porta potty. But when I do that, I try not to drink coffee in the morning. I'll do like an energy drink.
I can't.
Because the last thing I need at like 7:05, an hour into the welding detail, is having to run like 5 floors down to a porta john. No, thank you.
There was nothing better than when you were on a construction site and the porta-johns were just cleaned and you're like, I'm going to go destroy it.
Yes. Yeah.
One goo, 3 yeah. Goo. Jaws 3. Goo. King of Queens. Goo. Meryl Streep. Entertainment.
I'm Goo.
And I'm Mac.
And we are the Mac and Goo program. We are running.
Running.
That's what I was thinking the entire time while watching Running Man. Like, what if they replaced Glenn Powell's Ben with Forrest Gump?
Oh,
And
I thought you meant Will.i.am.
he just finds a way to live the 30 days by accident.
Just outruns everyone.
Well, there's running, there's meeting presidents, there's being told to do things and doing it
Sure.
wrong, but you're
Sure.
actually doing it right. You're protecting Lieutenant Dan.
Goo and I saw The Running Man, and it is a movie that I'll tell you what, Goo was very excited for. I was like mildly excited for. We like Glenn Powell. We like Edgar Wright. I would say, you react the way I reacted. I'm going to react the way you reacted. I would say you came away disappointed.
A little bit. My reasoning for it is I recently rewatched The Running Man.
Yep.
The entire thing took me 4 sits because I fell asleep a lot.
I have
Maybe
now watched
sleep
the first
apnea.
hour of it, Goo.
What's that?
I have now watched the first hour
Oh.
of 1987's The Running Man.
And can you agree with me that the first hour / the movie in general, it's an interesting concept that I thought they would be able to take and kick it up a notch.
Yeah. 87, it's terrible.
It's a bad movie.
Concept is good.
The concept, I'm like, there's 2 hours here of something that you can make real interesting. And I felt that this movie was not interesting enough.
Well, I will say this before we get into spoilers and in plot points here. I have caught so far one world building thing from 1987's The Climbing Man, when he's climbing the rope and the dogs are trying to bite him.
Yeah.
What 2025's Running Man does is really build out that underneath the
Yeah.
network stuff, the world building. They do a much better job, I think, in 2025's. But the bar is really low. 1987's is bad. I just watched the hockey guy get killed by Arnie, and that was fucking terrible.
You admit there's Sub-Zero. Now he's just zero. There weren't enough one-liners, too.
Yeah, he did say, "I'll be back," though.
He did do one of those. He smoked a cigar for most of it. Did you think he dyed his hair for this movie, or is that his natural hair color?
I don't know. They definitely put fake facial hair on him, though, for that first 30 minutes. That wasn't great.
Oh, speaking of which, go to Davies' Movember page, and you got to give.
Good drop. Good
Yeah.
drop right there. The Running Man, Goo. 2025's The Running Man. $110 million budget. We are discussing this before it's hitting theaters. Brag, we got to see it 3 days early. This is projecting for anywhere between $15 and $25 million domestic open.
That's not great.
No, it's not great, and it is also up against Now You See Me, Now You Don't, which is getting decent reviews as well.
Did you see that popcorn bucket?
I'm glad it was going to be coming up in News Dump when we talked about
That popcorn bucket,
weekend box office. It's cool.
Because
cool.
of how dope it is, I was like, maybe we should have done that instead.
So those are both opening this weekend. They're getting similar Rotten Tomatoes scores, so I'm interested to see what the audience split will end up being there. They're both projected for 15 to 25. And then they're still dealing with Predator Badlands in week 2.
Mm-hmm.
That's getting really good reviews. So that might be like a 3-way split at the top, like 18, 18, 18 or something like that. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out. But yes, that's a disappointing open for a $110 million budget.
Yeah, especially when you have what some might describe to be like the premier movie star.
Yeah,
in your film.
I mean, it's Glenn Powell versus Jesse Eisenberg, and apparently Eisenberg might win.
And half of Elle Fanning, and not the better half.
Yeah, I'm a lower half type of guy myself.
Oh my God! What if the Predator was running through those Badlands with just the lower half of Elle Fanning on his shoulders?
Just to, you know what? I'm going to stop right there.
Yeah,
I'm not going to go down that path.
I probably shouldn't have said that
I'm
either.
not going to go down that path. Good. The Running Man is an R-rated action-adventure sci-fi thriller. Subgenres here: conspiracy thriller, dark comedy, dystopian sci-fi, one-person army action, political thriller, survival. And
May I
say
say
this.
about political thriller?
Mm-hmm.
I think this was as poly-charged as a Glenn Powell movie will ever get.
Yeah, you thought it like just dipped its toes in the politics. This is overtly political with its themes. Now,
I think
it doesn't dominate the movie, but it clearly has a message in this movie. And I'm curious how this all shakes out. We'll get into this in a couple minutes, but
not that I want, my stuff to be poly-charged. It's just that this topic and like the original movie, everything else, it's 1984.
Well, it's any dystopian sci-fi movie is going to be political. So if anyone comes away from this upset with some politics in it, you're a dummy. It's
but
a dystopian
I don't think
movie.
there's really any politics in it.
No,
I think it's
but it does. It has
just
an
rich
opinion.
versus poor. That's all it is.
It is a classic trope, for
and
sure.
the media's trying to turn you against each other.
But Goo, we have 6 subgenres here, 4 genres, and I think the weakest point of this movie is through 2 hours and 33 minutes, or what is it? 2 hours and 13 minutes. Sorry.
It felt like 33.
It tries to do a lot, and I don't know if it necessarily crushes any of those genres. It does everything okay, but it doesn't actually crush anything. And I wish it sort of maybe would have been maybe more political or more action or more thriller. It just does a little bit of everything.
Speaking of the action, I was also going into this saying I'm hoping that Edgar Wright finds a way to blow my socks off with at least one of these action scenes.
Sure.
And I left the theater maybe with more socks on than when I came in with.
I think my biggest criticism of this movie, Goo, is it doesn't feel like an Edgar Wright movie. It feels just like anyone directed.
It feels like a generic, like his name is attached to it.
Yeah.
But the studio made it.
Yeah, and I have a point about that too. So this is a runtime.
Oh,
of
do you think
133
Richard
minutes.
Dawson made it?
Shout out, what is it, Hollywood Squares?
No, he was Family Feud. He used to make out with everybody.
Yeah.
What an
You're
upgrade.
Right. You're right.
And, Richard Dawson did what he could with that.
Mm-hmm.
He's a game show host.
What about Richard Karn?
Getting Domingo Coleman to step in as that character, also splitting the character. They split the character.
Yeah.
Both him and
Josh
Brolin, maybe the 2 best parts of the movie.
Josh Brolin and Coleman Domingo punch this movie up for sure. It makes
if anything,
much better.
I needed more Coleman Domingo. I needed him to, anytime Glenn Powell did anything, narrate it.
Goo, runtime of 133 minutes. That's 2 hours and 13 minutes. On Roddy T's, this currently has 64% from the critics, which makes sense considering the genre and what it's trying to do. We don't have an audience score yet. I'm going to guess like 80%. I think it's going to be
audience
right
scores
range.
have run amok.
What do you think? What's your guess here?
90. It's going to be
right,
certified.
I'm going to say 82.
What does Rotten Tomatoes call it?
Certified
hot?
fresh?
No, it's like certified hot.
Oh, no, I think over 90 is like hot and bothered.
It's hot and buttered, I think.
Yeah.
Just
hot
like us. We're always buttered up.
On Metacritic of 55, I'm also interested to see, I believe Now You See Me, Now You Don't, not How You Don't, has a similar Roddy T score. I don't know what the Metacritic score is, but I think they're going to be all around it here. Goo, this movie is written by, and this is where I'm having trouble figuring out why the movie didn't crush it, and I believe it's because of the producer. But this movie is written by Michael Bacall, who wrote Scott Pilgrim, Project X, 21 and 22 Jump Street, and also written by Edgar Wright, of course, Ant-Man and all the movies he's directed. And Goo, this movie, which I didn't know until about 2 weeks ago, is actually based on a Stephen King novel, which he wrote under the pseudonym Richard
Yes.
Bachman, which he adopted to make sure his early literary success wasn't a fluke. But Bacall, those movies are great. Like Project
and
X
they're all,
is
and
not,
that's
but
kind of what this movie lacks is comedy.
yeah, it had some, but I'm like, man, why did it get hamstrung? Why
Yeah.
was this under handcuffs? Who pushed it down? And Goo, I think the answer is the producer, Simon Kinberg,
Okay.
who has given us some good stuff in the
no,
past.
it's Simon Kinberg.
But he
sucks.
also is the director of Dark Phoenix. He's given us some real shit.
the bad
too.
X-Men movies.
Yeah, he's given us a lot of. He's given us some good. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But he's given us a lot of shit. So this movie feels more like a Simon Kinberg movie than it does Edgar Wright or
Like-
Michael Bacall.
Just go ahead and make up new, cool, cheesy one-liners, and you would have had me hook, line, and sinker.
Goo, if the folks at home don't know why they would know Edgar Wright, he gave us Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, The World's End. I forget what that trilogy
Almost
is called.
Ant-Man.
Wrote or got a writing credit on Ant-Man. Also gave us Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, Baby Driver, and Last Night in Soho.
Mm-hmm.
When Edgar Wright's at his best, there's no one better. I do think he's a little inconsistent. Like, I didn't love Hot Fuzz. I didn't love The World's End. Shaun of the Dead's one of my favorite movies of all time. Scott Pilgrim's great. Baby Driver was mostly good. Last Night in Soho was mostly good.
And Scott Pilgrim also has a very unique look to it,
Yeah.
And
And
feel
an
to it.
incredible cast.
which this movie doesn't have.
Yeah, for sure. So, I think Simon Kinberg in the studio here had way too much influence.
All right,
Like, if
so
you're going to
you
get
hear-
Edgar Wright, let him do his thing.
You heard it here first. This movie is Simon Kinberg's fault.
Yes. Yeah, put that on the fucking DVD. Goo, synopsis for The Running Man.
If we ever put out a DVD of this podcast, we're only putting the negative reviews on there. That's it.
A man joins a game show in which contestants, allowed to go anywhere in the world, are pursued by hunters hired to kill them. Another big change for this movie compared to the 87 is it's open world. It's not
Yeah.
like they're in a dome and contained to this arena. I like that a lot. I also am curious as to what version happens in the book. Is this version more like the book?
I'm
or
not
is
going to read the
87?
book, and I have no
Yeah,
idea.
None of us are. If you want to be sold on this movie, let me read you the Roddy T's synopsis because it's a little better, a little more in depth. In a near future society, The Running Man is the top rated show on television. A deadly competition where contestants, known as runners, must survive 30 days while being hunted by professional assassins, with every move broadcast to a bloodthirsty public and each day bringing a greater cash reward. Desperate to save his sick daughter, working-class Ben Richards, played by Glenn Powell, is convinced by the show's charming but ruthless producer, Dan Killian, played by Josh Brolin, to enter the game as a last resort. But Ben's defiance, instincts, and grit turn him into an unexpected fan favorite and a threat to the entire system. As ratings skyrocket, so does the danger, and Ben must outwit not just the hunters, but a nation addicted to watching him fall. This movie and this game version of the show is much more comprehensive than the 87 version. And it also gives Ben Richards a much better motivation than the 87
Well, the
movie does.
87 version is that he was in a prison and this is all he can do.
Well, he was wronged by the government.
Yes.
Basically. It was an enemy of a state type
Oh,
of
what
thing.
do you think of the opening scene of the 87? Isn't it like the most abrupt entering of a movie ever?
Yeah, and they also, in the 87 version, you have to figure out on your own that the government and the network is doctoring the footage. They don't outright tell you, which is fine.
Yeah.
It's much more obvious in the 2025 version.
Oh my God. Also, the sound effects from the 87 movie
Yeah.
are Indiana
It's like-
Jones punching a pie.
Yeah, it's like Batman. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Whip.
Even that first helicopter scene, Arnie
Yeah.
is like,
Very deliberate.
yeah.
Goo, this movie stars Glenn Powell as Ben Richards, Amelia Jones as Scarf Lady. I didn't catch her name in the movie.
Scarf
Couldn't
Lady.
find it in
Yeah.
IMDb. Goo, you wouldn't know Amelia Jones because you didn't watch Task. She was one of the co-stars in Task. She was phenomenal in Task. Really good. She's an up-and-comer.
I've seen
I think you're going to
Tusk.
see her in a lot of things.
I've seen
Yes.
Tusk.
You've seen Tusk. That's correct.
Yeah.
Josh Brolin as Dan Killian. Lee Pace as Evan McCone. Coleman Domingo as Bobby Thompson. Bobby T. Katie O'Brien as Jenny Laughlin. Martin Herlihy as Tim Jansky. Carl Glusman as Blondie McGee. That's the blonde hunter there. I guess his name is Frank. William H. Macy as Molly, who I feel like the original version of the script had more of him. He just was there one time, and you're like, all right, great. Michael Cera as Elton. George Carroll, that is the Boston rapper Slain. That's me in another life as Agent Doug. Jamie Lawson as Sheila Richards, Ben's wife. And then Daniel Ezra as the guy that helps him in Boston. I don't know what his name was either. He was the guy that helps the whole Boston escape thing. Once again, this movie was made in 1987 starring Arnie as Ben Richards. And that 87 movie, Goo, was set in 2017. How about that?
Whoa, we're in 2025.
Yeah. Goo, this movie to me, and of course this came out well before both of these movies, like 12 years before one and 25 before the other, is a little bit of Hunger Games with like a dash of Enemy of the State.
That might be the exact comparison that Jason Mantzoukas used when talking about the 87 movie.
Really?
Yeah, but he calls it Hungy Games.
So if you're into stuff like that, you're going to like this movie. It's the government trying to pin someone wrongly convicted. I love
this stuff.
Wrongly accused of stuff, fighting back against, big government tyrants. And you get the Hunger Games aspect where it's like this death game. So there is fun built into the script. However, it just doesn't quite, like, both of those movies are better than this movie. Enemy of the State and all the Hunger Games movies.
This, I feel like, is going to be a forgettable throwaway.
But still fun. Like, I enjoyed the shit out of this movie.
I don't think it stands out enough against other ultra-violent
that's true.
movies that have come out in the last couple of years.
I agree. I don't think the rewatchability is great.
So
you're not going to run and tell your friend to go see
the
this.
original one lived on cable for years.
Yeah. Yeah, well,
this one, and I know that cable doesn't exist anymore.
But once again, the original is like a classic, corny 80s movie. The original is bad. It's a bad movie.
But it's so bad that it's interesting.
Once again, Goo, this does not feel like an Edgar Wright movie, and that's unfortunate. I think that he just didn't get his way, and it's weird that he would sign up to do this movie without being like, let me do my own version.
What am I doing right now?
Edgar Wright doesn't give a fuck.
They gave him at least 20 of those Arnold Schwarzenegger $100 bills.
What I did really like about this world and what they did in this movie is like the cutaways to other shit in the world, like the underlying world building that they did was really fun and funny. Some of the laugh out loud stuff. There almost wasn't enough about that. And a movie that's 2 hours and 13 minutes long, I actually think it needed to be a little bit longer so we could do a little more. It fell short.
Also, people should have been offering the audience board games of The Running Man. That's my favorite part of the 87 one is Richard Dawson constantly, and you're getting a copy of the board game, The Running Man. What could you possibly do in that board game that is similar to what is on the TV?
Yeah, great question. I don't know.
Want to do the gauntlet?
Yeah, let's get to it.
Fun factor, not enough.
Yeah, but still fun. Where you are at least weighing it against your expectation of fun factor. This movie's fun. You have fun in this movie.
You're weighing it against what you think is fun. Think about what other people think is fun.
This movie is baseline pretty fun. I'm not going to lie. It's fun.
It's not fun enough, though.
It's fair enough.
Satisfactor, how satisfied were you by this new remake of The Running Man? Once again, not enough.
Would you say satisfying conclusion?
No.
Okay. What would you like to have had happened at the end? We'll get into that, I guess.
I don't even know. Okay. I was just by the climax of this movie, I was ready to say goodbye to all of our characters.
All right. I thought it was a somewhat satisfying conclusion.
Let's go on to the barometer, and I kind of just tipped my hand there. I thought it ran a little too long.
No, I didn't think it was long enough. I actually wasn't bored. I was wanting more because I liked what it was trying to do. It just didn't necessarily succeed.
I would have taken more if it fleshed things out more.
That's what I wanted. Yes.
Or I would have taken less if it was like the 87 movie and it made no sense. Halloween, will your interest in this movie wane over time? For sure.
Probably.
I'm gonna forget about this movie.
I think I'm down a dog since I left the theater already.
Like, I can see us next year on a podcast being like, oh, what was that Glenn Powell movie from last year? Oh, it was Running Man.
Hitman, right? No, the other one.
Yeah, and then we'll start, like, naming an actress that's not even in this movie that we think is in this movie.
Yeah.
Aquaterworld, is it better than the 1995 movie Waterworld? Coherently, yes, but it's not as stylized or interesting.
It's definitely better. But so what 1987 Running Man shoots for, I feel like 1995 or 94 or 96's Waterworld succeeds in. It's really bad, but it's great. 87's Running Man aspired to be that, and Waterworld got there. And so in that respect, like, for the rest of my life, I'm going to watch Waterworld more times than I watched.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Also, the 87 movie, and they filled so much of whatever that runtime is with women doing aerobics. It is insane. Like, I thought it might be like a couple cutaways.
Yeah.
Those scenes go on for what? 15, 20 minutes?
I want to get physical.
It's rolling. It's rolling along. It's crazy.
Yes. Yeah, not great.
Pants Tent City. Excite Bike Mania. Did anything get you going from this movie? And I do agree with you that I liked Michael Cera home aloneing his house.
Yeah, that was great.
But I thought that could have been better, too, because we've seen home aloneing houses recently, too. We just got Nobody 2, where he home aloned an entire theme park, and that was amazing.
You can't Jumanji in, you got Jumanji out.
What a great SNL sketch. And we don't say that about many these days.
It's true. The Michael Cera's character, whose name I already forget, doesn't matter.
Michael
Elton,
Cera.
I think.
It's Michael Cera.
Yeah, his home aloneing scene was pretty great, but it could have been better. I will admit that.
Oh, so, when life gives you Jesse Plemons, who has recently been doing a lot of interviews because he's in a new movie coming out, or he was in Begonia. Begonia interviews, and he's been asked a lot about his character from Game Night, and he's talking a lot about it. I'm eating all that up. I'm gnawing all over that bone.
You know what? Pretty similar effect on a movie that he had in Game Night.
Yeah,
is Coleman Domingo in this movie as Bobby T.
Oh, who made
every
Lemonade.
time he was on screen, laugh out loud.
Yep, every single time.
There was two characters, him and then the SNL guy. What's his name? Herlihy.
Yeah, Herlihy.
Every time he was on screen, that was pretty funny too.
Yeah, and I was like, I could have used Herlihy for more of the movie to add more of those comedic beats, because once he was no longer in the movie, those beats went away.
Every scene that Herlihy was in, he was just saying the most obvious thing, and it killed me. It was funny every time.
How is that profitable for Frito-Lays? Okay, you know what? We're going to do a podcast soon. Greatest throwaway lines in movie history.
Yeah, that's a great
Or
one.
even movie and television, because I want that, and I want the 10-second scene from The Chair Company of, I have the worst pillow in town.
Is it made out of metal?
When you describe that scene to me, this is not The Running Man.
Yeah.
You made it seem like it was a full lead up
No,
to that.
that's what you built in your own head. I just said there
You
was
didn't tell me
scene.
it was a cutaway 10-second scene of him laying in bed and saying he has the worst pillow in town.
Which they had shot like a 30-second scene.
Yeah.
But they just took that because that was too perfect.
I'm still an episode behind. Don't spoil it for me.
Okay.
Max Credit Union. Who are you giving credit to?
This is a tough one. Glenn Powell is really good. He's a good leading man.
Yeah.
He's funny. He's charismatic. I like him. It's hard to give him credit in this though, because I do feel like the movie could have been a lot better, but this movie is way better than the original. So I guess Glenn Powell, I don't know, you know what? Credit to Josh Brolin. Josh Brolin in this role is going to be awesome every time. So Josh Brolin as like a calculated mean guy. He's a human being Thanos in this. It works.
For those of you tardy to the Mac and Goop party, we rate everything on a 40 hot dog rating system. And Mac, as you have pointed out, my expectations of what fun is was not met. The satisfactor, I thought this movie did not quite do it. I thought it was a little too long, got a little too boring, a little generic. I was expecting more from having someone like Edgar Wright in charge, even more than having like someone like Glenn Powell as the leading man. There were some funny elements to it. There were some things in it that I thought was solid, but even remembering this movie up against the 87 movie that we agree is worse, I don't think that's even going to stand up. I think we're going to forget about this as a throwaway movie when looking at the year. 29 hot dogs.
Wow. You going a little C minus on it there, Goo? Yeah, I'm a little bit higher than you. I have this, Goo, at 32 hot dogs, my number 11 movie of 2025. I have it just a smidge ahead of all the other pretty good action movies this year. F1, Novocaine, Mission Impossible Final Reckoning, and Nobody 2. But I think they're all in the same range, all in the same 2-ish or so dog range. We just haven't had any of those movies or anything on in this plane really stand out. I still really enjoyed it, but I went in with a much lower bar than you did. But I do like it more than the movies I just like. Novocaine was a fun surprise, but F1 was I was a little disappointed with that. Final Reckoning, a little disappointed with that. Nobody 2, a little disappointed with that. I wasn't disappointed in this because I wasn't expecting anything. So I guess that's always what we're talking about here. But I think all those movies are in the same tier, same range. So if you like all those more than this, I don't care. So be it.
Shall we get into spoilers?
Let's do it.
Spoilers. And really thank the Lord that this entire movie is based on ratings, and it's not about these hunters actually stalking down their prey. Because really, midway through this movie, I'm like, these hunters, are they stormtroopers? Glenn Powell has been shot at least 100 times. Barely a scratch.
Yeah, and then you come to realize, as Ben realizes in the movie, like, oh, they're not trying to kill me unless they get the okay to kill me. The biggest thing in this movie, Goo, is with about 10, 15 minutes left, we get the twist that the primary hunter here, McCone, is actually the original
the one that is mentioned roughly 20 times.
29 days. Yes. They mention him a bunch, and they make it pretty obvious that he is probably one of the prior running men.
Yeah.
So saw it coming, still liked the twist. I like that idea because now it pits that character who made that decision up against Ben, who has that decision on his plate. So I still liked that, but you saw it coming from a million miles away. I don't like the end of the movie. He comes back, he kills Killian. You know, he gets his revenge. It's a little bit like he disappears into the night. He helps his wife and daughter out.
Yeah,
so I like that.
I thought
like
that
that's
was
a little
also
satisfying.
Wildly obvious that they didn't actually kill the wife and daughter.
Right. Oh, for sure.
Because they needed them for future leverage if they kept on trying to do stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's just so much of this movie that I'm like, take it a step further. Let's go a little bit further. Let's up this just a little bit further. Like even at the start of the movie, I thought it took too long to get into the Running Man. I thought the entire backstory you could have really hammered out in half the time.
Oh, I don't know. I think it gets in quicker than the 87 version does.
Oh, the 87, that is a glacial pace.
But you needed, if you really wanted the people to root for Ben, you needed to give them a little bit of what they did. Like you needed to run through the sick kid thing and whatnot. I thought that was fine. I mean, I agree it could have been a little snappier, a little quicker at the beginning, but you had to do a little bit of that. I also, like, I mentioned it a few minutes ago, William H. Macy's Molly. I thought he'd come back at the end of the movie and help out. He's there for what? 5 minutes?
Okay,
That's
so
it?
he is tortured, correct? That isn't just in Powell's head?
Yeah. Yeah, they squeeze the shit out of his finger and he yells the fake name.
My
again.
fingy.
My
That's what he yelled.
fingers hurt.
Yeah. I'll ask you this. I think I know the answer because if I know who you are. Do you believe that you could survive the Running Man?
Two things. The aforementioned sleep apnea, I'd be snoring up a storm. They'd find me overnight. Two, no. Like what tactical combat skills do I have that I'd be able to?
After watching the movie, you don't need any. You just have to be entertaining.
Well, I mean, don't get me wrong. I have some skills that I think in a dystopian society would help me. But to evade these hunter-killers for a month, I don't think I could do it. I think I could maybe do like 3 days. I wouldn't be the first one they kill. I wouldn't be Tim, but I might be number 2 or 3.
I might be Tim.
I mean, if there's only 3, I'd probably be 2. But yeah, I'd probably be spending it up like Katie O'Brien's character did, knowing that I'm not going to outrun them, so I might as well have fun. Goo.
Yeah.
You just saw the movie The Running Man.
I just saw the 2025 movie The Running Man.
In which the movie tasks characters with surviving 30 days from hunters. Goo, do you think you could survive The Running Man?
Let me first say that I think I would do an amazing job on that hamster wheel question show.
I loved that.
I'm not sure if I'm the type that they would want on the show, but I think I'd do pretty good.
Yeah, so I would be pissed if I ended up on The Running Man. I'd certainly go for one of those other shows.
Yeah.
The Running Man. No, thank you.
Oh, yeah, no. So when they're picking people to be on the Running Man, I don't think they'd even choose me because I have nothing to offer.
Yeah, you have no story to tell.
I have no story to tell. And then also the lead up to the Running Man living in this world that they live in, I'm probably already dead.
Oh, okay. All right, fair
That's
enough.
how I get around this. I'm not even surviving to get to the Running Man. But let's say I do get to the Running Man. Am I going to survive on that? You guys have watched this podcast. I'm not entertaining enough to carry 30 days of television.
If I had the skills to carry me to week 2, I could see myself being a good villain. I'll give myself that.
This guy over here, he's just doing somersaults.
I'd have a
Does he think
catchphrase and everything.
Does he think that's cool? I saw him try to do a handstand and he fell over.
Was that a round off back handspring? Whoa.
I can't do those. I can do very clunky somersaults and almost a handstand.
Sure.
Is that what they want for entertainment? Like, even when Coleman Domingo brings you on stage, like, oh, do you have any last words? Try not to kill me.
You would just be like, did I do that?
Yes, I would. Y'all got any cheese? He's just recycling Urkel catchphrases. Did I do that? How rude. And now he's getting into Full House.
You versus Urkel. Who would survive longer in the Running Man?
Are we talking Urkel or Jaleel White?
Urkel.
Oh, Urkel would fucking smoke me. He's a scientist.
Yeah, I guess that. No,
He
he
would
would be
turn
more like
himself-
Michael Cera's character.
He would turn himself into Stefan. He would turn himself into Bruce Lee Urkel.
Good point. Actually, good point.
He has so many allies like Myrtle
Yeah.
Urkel.
Yeah. Right. And everyone would be distracted.
Oh
by
my
Myrtle.
God. Think about this Running Man alternate timeline that I want.
Mm-hmm.
I like your idea. Urkel is in the Running Man. Who is the lead hunter? Carl. Imagine that Running Man. It's Carl, and then whatever Carl's son's name is, I forget it.
Eddie.
Eddie, and then Eddie's friend, Cockroach?
Cockroach was, made me think of the Steve Harvey show, but that's not that guy's name.
Oh
either.
my, okay, here we go. Urkel is the Running Man.
Yeah.
The hunters are Carl, Steve Hightower from the Steve Harvey show,
Yeah.
Cedric the Entertainer, not his character from the show, but real life Cedric the Entertainer.
Not Cockroach. You were thinking of Waldo.
Waldo. Cockroach might be from the Cosby Show. So let's make Theo Huxtable one of the hunters too.
Okay. Sure.
Those were all my favorite shows from the 90s. So
Or how about they're all being hunted by Bill Cosby?
Let's get into Maxac.
that's right. Maxac could be anything. It could be a boat. And Mac, you have here, because I knew that it was going out of circulation. I think that was announced either last year or top of this year.
Yeah.
But after 232 years, the penny
Yeah.
is no
Gone.
longer a thing.
See ya. R.I.P. the penny. And, I mean, it's been pretty useless. Even when I was a kid, I thought pennies were useless. So this is a long time coming. The last pennies got minted this past Wednesday. 232 years of penny circulation. It is costing the country almost 4 cents to make a penny. So it makes absolutely no sense.
How much
to
are
do
pennies
that.
worth?
1 cent, Goo. That'd be 1
So
cent.
I'm going to say this. That's too much.
That's a great call, Goo.
Yep.
And it's basically all because there's this dumb psychological effect where people will buy things if it's $9.99, but $10 they fucking won't.
Wait, so are they no longer allowed to do 99?
I hope not. So either make it 10, and you know what some retailers are doing, Goo, is they're rounding to fives now. So $9.95 instead of $9.99 sort of thing.
So you're
it's a
telling
whole
me that
psychological thing.
by us getting rid of the 1 cent penny that takes 4 cents to make,
Mm-hmm.
we're going to be saving 4 cents.
Or spending 1 cent more, one of the two.
I don't like that second part.
But Goo, I ask you,
Yeah.
the penny being utterly useless,
Mm-hmm.
what else do we have in today's world, today's society that's used pretty often, that exists everywhere. What is the one thing that you think should go away?
Wow. That is a good question. What is something every day that is used? Do you have an answer? I guess
I don't.
Oh,
I don't.
okay.
That's why I was happy to ask you.
I don't know, actually. That's
Yeah,
I mean,
what's the next penny? There'll be
I
something.
think most things in life are useless.
There's a lot of useless shit.
There's a lot of useless stuff in life.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how many like things that we do every day. I guess paying for medication that's needed.
Okay.
That's kind of
As I'm thinking about it, I believe New Hampshire got rid of it this year. I think car inspections are utterly bullshit.
Oh, car inspections, excise tax on
excise tax is a good one.
when you have to pay your city to park your car.
Yeah, as you're adding more bike lanes, now I got to pay to drive on your own. You pay
Let's
me.
fucking turn this podcast into a yelling match about what we hate about society today.
Yeah, excise tax, except now you're building bike lanes everywhere. No, thank you.
Yeah, no, having to pay to park my car is insane.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking about this the other day, Goo. So, in Watertown,
Yes.
Arsenal Yards, free parking everywhere. At Assembly Row, $4 to watch a movie to pay in the parking lot.
And also, I had a different car with me, so
Horseshit.
I had to create a whole new login before I could leave. I was stuck at that terminal for
Yeah,
like
I'd say
5 minutes.
you had to text the thing, and what are we doing with that? I got to
looked
text the parking garage to
and
leave the parking
felt
garage?
like an asshole.
Oh, my God. Yeah, if you've been over to Assembly Row recently,
Well, a lot
their
of malls
parking
do,
garage,
a lot of malls do this now.
their parking garage, you
Yeah.
have to text the garage to get out and pay. You
Yeah.
got to pay the garage on an app.
Yeah. What else do I not like in my life? Let's see here. I mean, really, it's just anything that costs me money. Paying bills. Can we get rid of that?
Pay the telephone bill. It's like Dusty Shaw. I don't care.
You do.
So you and me are through.
Don't do too much because we are getting inundated on our social medias with trios.
I just texted you earlier. I haven't talked about 3LW in years to anyone. I was scrolling on Instagram. They shoot me a 3LW reel. Like, you're listening? My phone's listening.
You're being targeted.
Speaking of pennies, I got one here. So,
Whoa, is that the one we used the other day?
yeah, it is.
Hold
So
on to
this
that.
is
You know what
now
I'm thinking
valuable.
of? Because we mentioned pennies. It makes me think of my childhood and how much time we spent collecting state quarters.
Oh,
How many
yeah.
state quarters did you have?
I think I got up to about 30 or 35. I never got close to 50.
Because you are someone that loves geography.
Love geography, love shit like that.
So that was
Love
right up
dumb
your
shit
alley.
like that.
It was money
it really
and
was.
geography.
And when you found a state quarter in the wild that you didn't have, it was thrilling.
It was the best.
Absolutely thrilling.
Did they go in order of the states, like how they were discovered?
You know what? I don't remember. That sounds right, but I don't remember. I just remember it was like 4 a year they were doing, like 4 states a year, something like that.
No, I feel like it was one a month.
Oh, maybe it was like
if you do 4 a year, that's going to take you a long time to put out 50 state quarters.
It'll take you 12 years.
There's no way they went 12 years.
I
That
don't
seems
remember.
more like a 2-year operation.
No, I think it was like a 5-year plan.
Can someone let us know how often the state quarters were released?
Maybe it was like 10 a year. I think it was like a 5-year plan. I'm pretty sure.
I feel like my son would love that. Let me see if I have one of those, because you would obviously get them.
I bet
and
it
you'd
would be
put them on
hard
the
to
map.
collect them now.
I bet they're...
It's not like going out of your way to buy them online.
Yeah.
But trying to collect the state quarters in the wild, I bet it'd be very difficult.
You know how much they're worth?
25 cents.
25 cents.
Yeah.
People thought they'd be worth real money.
Goo, what? How many? You have 50 quarters. How much money is that?
50 quarters is $12.50.
Goo.
Yeah.
How about you?
Did I do it?
I think so. I think so.
I can't confirm nor deny.
40 is
Is
$10.
Yes.
And then you have $12.50. Nice work, Goo.
We're exposing ourselves right
Nice
now.
work,
And
Goo.
this is why we wouldn't win fucking Running Man.
Common Core. No, Common Core. You
We
get the
wouldn't
tens.
win Running Man because we can't figure out quarters. All right. Where can the folks find us?
You can find us on X and on Instagram at Mac and Goo Podcast. Every other platform where you're Mac & Goo. It's Mac Shift 7 Goo. That includes Facebook, Stitcher, Spreaker, TuneIn, Castbox, Google Play, iHeartRadio. We're on Spreaker. Spreaker. We're on Spotify.
Oh, we're not on Spreaker, though. We're on Omni.
Yes. We're
You know
on
what?
Spotify. More importantly.
Posting to Omni is weird, but I like it.
All right. Okay. has like butt stuff for the first time. We're on Apple Podcasts. Get on there, rate, review, subscribe, 5 stars. If you do that, maybe someday in a dystopian future, you'll get a free Mac and Goo t-shirt from the folks over at Watertown Sportswear. That's Watertown Sportswear, 34 Mount Auburn Street in Watertown. WatertownSportswear.com, expert screen printing and embroidery.
tpublic.com, merch. If everyone could go to Apple Podcast and change their reviews of us to, it's weird, but you get used to it. Just like butt stuff. That's what I want. Whatever Mac said earlier.
Mac and Goo, the anal lingus of podcasts.
So check us out. News Dump might be a little bit late next week. Let's say Wednesday, because I have family stuff.
Sure.
And then we'll have an episode by the end of the week.
Okay.
Tuesdays for Tuesdays. I abuse kangaroos. And Barton.
Bye.
Please flip the cassette over to side B to continue the adventure.
Now it's time for girls jumping on trampolines.